Hello YouTube, Aaron here, or Claude Mods, which is my online name, with a tutorial on how to install CachyOS Kde over vanilla Arch KDE. Now there's a lot of tutorials online that basically use the custom CachyOS script to install the repository and then some extra things, as well as changing your packages over to the CachyOS packages. In my tutorial today, I have a custom script that I've made over the last couple hours that basically installs the repository and everything from that script. It then changes your packages over like normal from that script, and then I have a custom package list from the KDE installation after installing through their ISO that's in the script, and then I configure the grub, the plymouth, as well as the fish, and then it's entirely up to you to change the theme over to CachyOS as well as the desktop photo. Now there is commands that I do use to do that in some of my old system apps that allow you to change the desktop photo to your own photo and then change the theme to the theme that's saved in the system settings. So I may add that to this script at a later date, but for now the basic installation and setup of CachyOS has been tested thoroughly and works perfectly fine. I want to talk about some of the things that I do as a whole. So I'm currently on my, I was on my GitHub just a minute ago, because this is probably like the 6th take of this video. But if we come to GitHub, sorry if I can type it correct, and come to here, I might have to go back one. This is the repository that you're going to need to come to basically convert over. And there's tons of other things that I make. So if we come to my readme, we're going to see some of the top hits. It's up to you to read what they are and what they do. I make cloning tools for Arch. I did make them for Debian and Ubuntu in the past, but it's problematic with them distributions. But Arch as a whole works perfectly fine. So the cloning tools that I make a btrfs.image creator, which compresses the system into a .image, which then you can DD to an SSD or HDD without using a USB, because that would just be stupid. So you can clone your system into a .image and then DD it over to another hard drive, and then that everything is basically set up and ready to use. Basically, it's a normal system. But this is another method that I make. It's a ISO creator, so you clone your system into a squashfs and then create an ISO. And if you used to download the bottom script here, because there's many of them, you'll be able to do that. There's a guide in the script itself, but this is not a tutorial on how to do that today. I just thought I'd show you some of the things that I do make. So I make distributions, I make custom scripts, widgets, and all sorts. So feel free to go on my GitHub and have a look and rummage around, or a mooch, should I say, at some of the stuff that I do. I also provide ISOs to build off of, and this is one that I've made just the other month, and I'm going to be using that in this tutorial. I'm going to use my rsync installer to basically install it instead of downloading packages. As a whole as well, Arch itself, this is what I just did the other day. Arch itself is 1.4 GB. If we get this to pop up, my internet is not the best at the moment, not really doing much. So if we was to download this, we're going to see that this is 1.4 GB, and I used Arch Bootstrap just the other day and ch-rooted into the files, and I then set it up as a normal system. So if we was to go back to here, ISOs to build from, just the other day I made 1.6.1, and as a whole it's only 600 megabytes. But this hasn't got all of the dependencies and my script to make an ISO. I then made 1.6.1 make ISO, which has all the dependencies and my script to then make an ISO. And funnily enough, it's even smaller than what Arch provide, which is 1.4. So 1 gig and 3 kilobytes is how big my ISO is. And then Arch is 1.4 mine is 1.4 megabytes, and Arch is 1.4 400 megabytes, so it's considerably a lot bigger. This is my ISO creator for those that don't know what it looks like, although like I said, this is not a tutorial on how to make an ISO. I'm going to play my favourite song for today's tutorial. I've got 3 in hand, to be fair. I will put the links in the description. These are 3 songs. Sit back, relax, get yourself a coffee. I don't know how long this is going to take. Sorry for rambling on a little bit. Currently in Manchester, UK, for those that don't know where I live.
Hey, here we go, dropped it.
into the bash RC. Anyway, downloaded the RC, we've chmodded it, and basically just going to install the system before going back to the repository and installing CachyOS. Slash the keyboard whilst we're at it, why not? Got a fairly good keyboard, I guess, sort of Amazon clip, it's done me some justice. Source. got better internet there. I will be using my phones in the background for those that might think I'm being a bit ignorant. Fairly simple and easy to install a cloned system already with my rsync installer.
Hey, you mean I'll drop it?
background. There's a lot more to come for those that do watch my videos. I guess this is something fairly new.
Hey, you really don't drop that.
dark and that logo. We've got everything from CachyOS, so if you wish to add the CachyOS photos to the desktop, you can do that anyway.
Hey, here we go, drop dead.
As I said, that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed everything you've seen. Hopefully this makes it easier for you to convert your Arch distribution over to CachyOS. I may do more tutorials on maybe with different packages such as using system deboot, maybe for GNOME. But at the moment I'm going to keep it to KDE because that's what I build on. I actually have my own custom distributions. I'm using the dev version of my distribution at the moment on my Lenovo Legion Go S. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good day or night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. And so bye from me, Aaron.